They're going to try an onside kick on the opening kickoff. They're going to get on top of it, and the onside kick is successful. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. LSU quick to the line. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers to that.
A stop here would really bail out this defense after they were put in a tough spot. To the air. It's locked. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at 49.
And that is an all-too-familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone. Let's not go back to last week.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. They're just about ready to kick it away. First down for this offense. The give. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking for a man. It's Pitts. Dances away from the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll mark the spot on this one just outside the 40-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
The incompletion brings up a second down. Fine play action. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, it's Bob. Getting some heat. Oh, the ball squirts out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this, it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skilled players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run play action. Feeling some heat. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. And this one will be stopped for no gain. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella. Continue to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to it.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. To the air, it's Pitts. Throws for the tight end. Complete downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Wide out in motion. See if they can get the edge on the jet sweep. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. They'll run the counter. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
When you're on offense, you see so much of this nowadays. You see misdirection. You see somebody flying across the formation. Why? To get the eyeballs of those linebackers, to get them to move out of a gap one space. Works to perfection here. That's why they break off the big gain on offense.
First down to start the drive after the break. Right back to the well. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for them.
Man, you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Catch in the middle, it's Welsh. And he'll be brought down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Trying to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that one. He had a hole, he saw it, put his foot in the ground, and that was Bader.
Lining up for the PAT. Splits those uprights right in half. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. SMU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Doak Walker among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3-2. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Will run the offense out onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. LSU right back to the line.
Well, that's their third sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point.
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. Got it inside the 15. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown LSU! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And he's out of bounds here on the return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Back to throw, it's Pitts. They're bringing heat. Slips a tackle. Slides away. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And listen, QB job number 1, take care of the football. We got to understand when to give up on plays. We got to understand when we feel people around us and take care of the football. You can't put the ball on the turf continuously. This guy's done it several weeks in a row now, so got to take care of that football.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he is out of bounds on this return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Back to pass, it's Pitts. Fires into traffic, intercepted. What a nice play, and even with the short return, they're in scoring position at the 18.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling on until they find an answer.
Hand off from the shotgun. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on that run.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wide receiver shows motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're lining up to boot it away. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds. An excellent field position for this offense. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Calls his own number. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42. The Tigers heading quickly to the line. Wants to throw. It's Love. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking for room. It's McLeod. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays. saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. From inside the 15, here comes the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? Running back searching for a hole. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Looking to throw, it's Pitts. Trying to get to it. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
They'll give it to the back. And you want to talk about game tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. They'll try to pick up the first. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Defensively, man, you just want to get to fourth down, right? Give yourself an opportunity. And even though it was 4th and 1, try to get the stop, especially this part of the field where they could come away with points and kick a field goal, or they could come away with a touchdown. Man, I want to get this stop and get off the field, but the offense executed. Defense just missed out.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They'll try the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. They got him! It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nevada is dominating this one thanks to an offense that's done whatever it's wanted since the opening kickoff. They're up by 21 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that. But the defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Pitts. Pressure coming. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The Ducks in the hurry up. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Using the quick game. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They've already gone for it a couple of times on 4th down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a 3rd. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Makes a catch down the right side. Off he goes. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. If I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field, I'm going to throw it way down the field, he's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Ready to try the point after. Oh, they're faking it. The holder's going to try to throw it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Gonna run it. It's McLeod. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
You see, they need more runs like that. It's just been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off the blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Offense set on 1st down. They'll go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Pitts. Escapes the sack. They're trying to get to him. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Ball in the air, intercepted. Bringing it back, the 40. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown in their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Fires to the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll be brought down quickly. That's always the risk when you bring it out of the end zone. Do you make it to the 25 or not? In this case, not. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
And, guys, this is a great time to take a shot if you want on 2nd and short. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to throw, it's Pitts. Looking left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Makes his connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And This is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Here's the handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead has ballooned like it has.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They'll try it on the ground. The Ducks brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. The head coach told us he was going to be aggressive. He has a lot of confidence in his running game, and he showed it there on that 4th and 2.
And I like that mentality. That's the mentality I'm going to develop with my team. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go get things. Short yardage situations, we're going to practice them. We're going to be successful, but we're going to go for it.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout called by the offense. A mere 10 seconds to go in the game. That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Dropping back, it's Pitts. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
One more play to pad the stats. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the part each and every week. And that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players, got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.